lucky to have a number of experts on TVET sector from China, Malaysia, South Korea, and Turkey. Countries like China and Malaysia have achieved miraculous progress in technical education and training. Today, we will share their best experiences, their best practices, and will also benefit from their experience. I will now announce the names of the speakers for this session and request them to please come up on stage. Mr. Wang Fai from China. May I request you to please come up on stage? Ms. Zaneera Binti Ahmad from Malaysia. Please take a seat. Your name is there, over there. Dr. Namchal Lee from South Korea. Mr. Usman Nouri from Turkey. I will also request Mr. Hans Ludwig Bruns, the head of TVET Sector Support Program, to please come up on the stage. We will now begin the proceedings of this session. First of all, I will request Mr. Wang Fei from China.
A great pleasure for me to introduce the China's best practice in TVET to you. There are 4 aspects in my topic. School enterprises cooperation is collaboration between technical school and enterprises. They define bilateral responsibilities, rights, and obligations, working together to cultivate skilled people and develop both parties throughout implementing technical education and vocational training activities. First, I would like to give you a brief introduction to the context of school enterprises in China. Ministry of Human Resources and Social Security of China has been encouraging technical schools to implement the school running system of school enterprises cooperation all the time. As a result, the technical schools have gained development and become more and more popular among enterprises by persisting in school enterprises cooperation and achieve innovative development in the past 6 decades. It has been found that school enterprises cooperation has now become a fundamental feature of technical school and the driving force of technical schools to maintain high employment rates of their graduates. Second, I would like to introduce the main practice to conduct the system of school enterprises cooperation. There are 8 main practices of technical school in China to conduct the system of school enterprises cooperation. First, schools work together with enterprises to set up and adjust the curriculum. Second, they work together to develop the subjects and the teaching contents. Third, they implement the integrated curriculum together. Fourth, school works together with enterprises to build the teaching groups. Fifth, they build internship bases together. Sixth, they establish the management mechanism and the platform. Seventh, school and enterprises sharing teaching resources. Eighth, school and enterprises evaluate students together. Valuable experience we have gained from school enterprises cooperation. First, school enterprises cooperation should be demand-driven cooperation that is oriented by demands of enterprises and identify appropriate fields and contents to cooperate. It has been proved that technical schools with coveted students oriented by demands of enterprises have established strong and long relationships with enterprises and achieving outstanding effects. Second, school enterprises cooperation should start at a very beginning and concluded at a very end. That is, from planning skilled people training program, constructing and developing curriculum, organizing teacher training, teaching management and arrangement, to technology research and develop, quality evaluation, career guidance and services, so that is create a high efficient and practical skilled people cultivation mechanism and a coordinated training process. Third, school enterprises cooperation connect government, employers, school and students closely. It should take benefits of different parties into account to achieve a win-win situation. A number of local governments have formulated supportive policy on school enterprises cooperation. Enterprises actively cooperate with technical schools as they learn that school enterprises cooperation is an important channel for human resources development. Technical school has deepened the collaboration with enterprises and more engaged in providing services for cooperated enterprises. Therefore, a community of shared interests have established with common efforts made by government, employers, and schools to achieve the goals of enterprises gaining growth, students learning skills, and schools cultivating students. Fourth, the key element of school enterprises cooperation is to reform in education to enhance students' capability. Since 2009, the Ministry of Human Resources and Social Security of China have been significantly promoting the integrated curriculum reform to break traditional training methods and bring in industrial standards and requirements to classes. Fifth, enterprises are encouraged to establish technical schools. China State Council issued the Division on Accelerating development of modern TVET in 2014 and clearly mentioned that prices play an important role in TVET. Finally, I would like to introduce the next step to reinforce school enterprises cooperation. Now we have a good foundation to further promote school enterprises cooperation, so we will work on following aspects. First, we will take advantages of different parties and work on a system and mechanism which is government-led, enterprises involved, and school-run. Second, to complete the policies and regulations. In February 2018, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Human Resources and Social Security, and the other 4 ministries have issued the measures to promote TVET, school enterprises cooperation, clearly defined bilateral responsibilities, rights, and obligations of school and enterprises. In 18 April, Premier Li Keqiang host executive meeting of the State Council, setting up a lifelong vocational training system for promoting employment and self-employment have been put forward in the meeting. We will make efforts to carry out the above measures. Third, to innovate cooperation mode. We will encourage the establishment of regional and industrial technical education groups, integrate technical education resources, and facilitate school enterprises cooperation to be close in deep, multi-way, and long-term partnerships. We will also continue to encourage technical schools to work together with international enterprises and institutions to enhance school enterprises cooperation at the international level. Thank you for your listening. Thank you.
I will now invite Ms. Zaneera Binti Ahmed from Malaysia. She will share with us how TVET has contributed in overcoming unemployment in Malaysia. Ms. Zaneera.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. And Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning. High Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, thank you and congratulations to National Vocational and Technical Commission, Pakistan, for organizing this conference and for inviting me to be a panel in this prestigious event. This International TVET Conference, I believe, is a strategic platform to deliberate and discuss issues, challenges, and opportunities on practicing TVET, which is in line with Sustainable Development Goal, SDG Goal 4, that is to ensure flexibility and accessibility to TVET. I'm here today to share the Ministry of Education Malaysia journey and success stories on vocational education transformation as an effective tool to overcome unemployment. Ladies and gentlemen, so UNESCO has outlined strategy for technical and vocational and training or TVET starting from 2016 until 2021. The strategy aims to support the efforts of member states to enhance the relevance of their TVET system and to equip all youth and adults with the skills required for employment, decent work, entrepreneurship, and lifelong learning. In other words, TVET is not just preparation for work. it is also preparation for life. According to International Labour Organization, at least 475 million new jobs are needed to absorb the 73 million youth unemployable and 40 million new annual entrants to the labour market. Whereas the Malaysia government reviewed and reformed its TVET policy to overcome youth employment and aims for high-income nations. Thus, the 11 Malaysia Plan strategized 60% of 1.5 million jobs created require TVET skills. Malaysia has embarked on various initiatives to propel the country towards its goal of becoming a high-income and developed economy by 2020. The cornerstone of this aspiration is the availability of highly skilled human capital, the lack of which has hindered the nation's endeavor to move out from the middle income trap into a high-income economy. In this context, TVET plays a vital role in providing the skilled workforce required for the country's economic transformation. TVET progression in Malaysia has been overseen by 7 ministries. In the 60s, you can see that TVET institutions were established to provide multiple training programs at all levels of education for youth. A big shift in TVET delivery was the vocational education transformation that sees the conversion of existing vocational schools into vocational colleges under the Ministry of Education for post-lower secondary students as early as 16 years old and graduate with a diploma. Ladies and gentlemen, vocational education transformation under the Ministry of Education, which started in 2012, is one of the 25 major initiatives in Malaysia Education Development Plan 2013 to 2025 and the 11 Malaysia Plan 2016 to 2020 aims to address the country needs for high-income economy. In achieving high-income economy, vocational education transformation is formulated as a vehicle to produce high self-esteem human capital, competitive entrepreneurs, accredited skilled workers, and eventually lifelong learners who are compatible, relevant, and sustainable to meet the emerging criteria of 21st century workforce. So, Ministry of Education believes nobody should be left behind. Equally, accessibility and inclusivity are core aspects in VET. We strategize and we reform. VET offers an alternative learning pathway and opportunities for students who are vocationally inclined. The programs under MOE TVET aiming at increasing access to quality vocational education. The first is, you can see that upper secondary vocational program, which is carried out at secondary school at the age of 16 to 17 years old. And the second one is industrial apprenticeship program, and also offered to the 16 to 17 years old student at the secondary schools. And the third one is vocational college program for 16 to 20 years old students at 85 colleges. Some programs in PVMA in the upper secondary are also offered for special needs students to ensure they too have chances to a better future. This is the upper secondary vocational program which you offer to the secondary schools, and this is the industrial apprenticeship program. The upper program one is the full program, and this one is the apprenticeship program. So for this program, the industrial apprenticeship program, The objective is to optimize students' potential through hands-on learning in real industry setting, character and personality building, and also transfer of knowledge and skill obtained from industry. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our major change brought by vocational education transformation. Vocational secondary schools were upgraded into vocational colleges beginning 2012. In the beginning, the transformation, 15 secondary vocational schools were turned into vocational colleges, and at present we have 85 vocational colleges. We offer two separate programs: Malaysia Vocational Diploma, which is a full-time program, and also apprenticeship program. The diploma program is 4 years and 5 months program, in which students spend 4 years studying at the college and 5 months on the job training. The focus of the learning structure is 30% theory and 70% hands-on. So meanwhile, the apprenticeship program is carried out to different target group, and it is 2 years using the National Dual Training System. Upon completing the program, students obtain level 2 or level 3 Malaysia Skills Certificate. So we have 36 diploma programs under 8 major fields are offered at vocational colleges as shown in the slide. So we live in a complex and fast-changing world that increasingly requires individuals to become adaptive, flexible, responsive, and innovative. Malaysia has seen TVET as a growth engine to shape the nation and the economic growth. As mentioned earlier, VET is a big shift in TVET delivery. The pillar of the transformation is to provide a holistic approach and opportunities for the young people to be sustainable and relevant and well-developed to move from the world of education to the world of work. Ladies and gentlemen, so we look at the vocational education transformation, the strategies for enhancing employability. Actually, there are 3 driving forces of TVET partnership, namely, the first one is government, TVET institutions, and the private sectors. So government need good policies. For example, in this case, so we have to, government has to provide, to overcome unemployment, government has to provide or to create more jobs, and also must provide funding. Whereas the TVET institutions, they need industry-focused curricula, and the private sector must provide youth with opportunities to acquire skills. So, under the vocational education transformation, so our government has set the new education landscape. We have shifted from the conventional way of education into the new education landscape. Vocational education transformation promotes lifelong learning, whereby learning involves building up vocational competencies during a period of study to be accepted and performed in the workforce. Further competencies gained in the world of work are opportunities for individuals to explore further options in TVET or studies and seek a career pathway that boosts their socio-economic status. Having opportunities and abilities to upgrade their competencies, individuals have a better chance to fit in and be in the race. So this is, we call it, government also provide the mechanism for recognition of prior learning. 2 pathways for the vocational college graduates provided by the Ministry of Education to pursue their studies. First one is working-based experience, known as accreditation of prior experiential learning upheld by the Malaysia Qualification Agency, which is designed for lifelong learning, is the main approach encouraged to the vocational colleges. Appel helps the students translate their experience into credits according to program they are enrolled in. Direct route for excellent students would be another approach to further studies. This is the vocational college outcome. So, we want to provide competent workforce with the 21st century qualities that are recognized and sought by industries locally and abroad, and also entrepreneurs. College vocational expert to produce 70% graduates who join in the workforce as skilled workers, 20% further studies, and 10% as entrepreneurs or job creators. Currently, we have 85 vocational colleges operated with vocational college standard curriculum, which complies with the standards of National Occupational Skills Standard and Malaysian Qualifications Agency. The curriculum includes transversal skills and learning approach as much as possible ensure that graduates from vocational colleges are responsive, adaptable and relevant to changing skill demands, especially with the emergence of Industry Revolution 4.0. And here is our national dual training system. Actually, we adopted from the Germany system and we adapted into our national education system. This is another program implemented at our vocational college to reduce access barriers to the world of work through work-based learning. And employability rate from this program is 100%, in which students were absorbed at their workplace. So ladies and gentlemen, as a proven, the vocational education transformation is an effective tool to overcome unemployment and contributes towards the nation progress. The Ministry of Education is proudly shared its outcome evidence-based success stories. Here is our graduates employability. In 2016, 70.58% our students, or 259 from 2,273 graduates of first cohort being employed in their fields after 6 months of graduation. The next one is about 10,992 from 12,800 graduates from the second cohorts being employed after 4 months of graduation. This lady, this student, our Nur Izzati, a graduate from vocational Taipei, was conferred diploma in welding, and she was certified by the International Technical Diving Agency in Europe in 2017 and recognized as the first female subsea welder in Malaysia. Another success stories, you can see that our students are employed by the international company from the oil and gas and the locally and abroad. And also, our students also, they have become the entrepreneurs, they have become the job creators, and they provide, currently they have 6 workers in their company. This is all the our success stories of our students. And also, we also won in the entrepreneurship competition. We also won in the international exhibition, Best of the Best Award. And we also achieved in the won in the National Innovation Award and also Innovation Design Research International Symposium, and also the Malaysia International Exposition. And this is certification by industry. For example, this company Shell, they provide syllabus, they provide equipment, and they train our students. So they train our teachers. So our teacher teach the student according to the standards of Shell. And lastly, they manage to get jobs in the oil and gas and also become entrepreneurs. This is also from the Ferroni to become the professional tilers or tilista. And this is the final one. We also convert our academic schools into vocational college, and it turned out that 96.9% of the students being employed and 3.1% further studies. In this, I conclude an inspiration vision for TVET from the UNESCO Univoc. Since education is considered the key to effective development strategies, TVET must be the master key that can alleviate poverty, promote peace, conserve the environment, improve quality of life for all, and help achieve sustainable development. For that, I thank you.
Our next speaker is from South Korea. Transition of South Korea to technology-intensive industry led to the development of a skilled workforce. Mr. Namchal Lee from South Korea will apprise the audience of industry and TVET partnership and Korea's sustainable development.
Our government separate vocational education, vocational trainings. At times the vocational education controlled by the Minister of Education. Also vocational trainings, the Minister of Labor. These times our institution integrate vocational education and training. Today I present about the industry TVET partnership and Korea sustainable development. Maybe the sustainable development is the new concept. These concepts emphasize on OECDs, also UNESCO. So today I present this kind of the subject. Even though I prepared a lot of materials, maybe the 54 slide. So time is very short, 10 minutes, so I briefly explain about the key point. Yesterday I waited airlines. I read the newspapers, Bangkok Post here. I read the topics of why we really need globalizations. This content by Koichi. Koichi is the professor of Yale University in USA. Also, this gentleman is the working advisor of Koichi's Prime Minister Office. So this content includes globalization and partnership. So the partnership is very important. Also, globalization is important. Yeah? Today, I present this kind of the content. Already mentioned, I briefly explain my presentations. Okay, this table shows that the economic indicator 1970 through 2016. As we can see that these tables, 1960, before 1962, in Korea is the Korean War took place the 1950 through 1953. That time the Korea GDP is around 200 US dollar. Maybe the many people surprised. This time Korea is the GDP is close to 30,000 US dollars. How can increase this kind of the GDPs? I emphasize on this kind of situations. Education is very important for improving the GDPs. Also important TVET. TVET includes education and training. Yeah, so this kind of experience is Korea. So maybe the many developing countries should be learn this kind of situations. As you know that Korea is very small countries. Already know that Korea is separate, North Korea, South Korea. Yeah? The population is maybe the 1 or 4th in Pakistan. Just 51 million, yeah? Very small countries. Yeah, these figures, many people saw that this kind of the figures surprised. From 1960 through 2011, the GDP per capita has increased 100 times. Increased 100 times, yeah. It's very good content. Okay, this one is many people is interested in this kind of the situations in Korea. I present about this table is the classification economy, major industry, export, and education and vocational education training. Time is very short. This kind of the content is skipped. My presentation delist everybody's in the internet or some information. So this kind of situation is the skip, yeah, okay. However, the 1960 through mid 1970, that times Korea is very limited access of the education. Maybe that times I attend the elementary school. Maybe the enrollment elementary school, middle school, that time is the 60%. Also, enrollment of university, that time is the 13 or 15 only the percent. These times, Korea's enrollment of the university, many people surprised, almost 90% attend the universities. So, big change in Korea. So. This one is the skip, yes, okay. Okay, this one is Korea is, even though Korea is some successful story, but some problems take place, such as the drastic decrease in birth rate. Korea is the lowest fertility rate in the world. This times 1.16, very low fertility rate. While the fastest population aging in the world in Korea is. When I was born in 1957. That times our expectation right around 60, 50 or 60. When sometimes I'm joking, I should die because I'm 61 years. However, this time Korea is the expectation right, almost 80. It's big changes. This kind of the big problem in Korea, low birth rate and fasted populations. Okay, this kind of the situation. So we should overcome this kind of the problem. Yeah. Yeah, this one is a skip. Yes. Okay. Just briefly explain about the Korea education system. Yeah. Korea education system like American system. Elementary school is 6 years, middle school 3 years, high school 3 years, university 4 years, or 2-year college. Yes. Okay. Okay. The high school is classified the general high school, special purpose high school, MICE high school, specialized school. Yeah. Classified school. Yeah. Okay. And higher education, maybe the like American system. Yeah. This one is a skip. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This one is the career path of the student after graduating middle school in 2060s. After middle school, the student graduate and then go to the general high schools. 72.2% and 70.5% is went to the specialized high school. Okay. This one is the recently the figures. Okay, just the concept of the industry academic cooperation. This concepts from the law of the Korea is the Vocational Education and Training Promotion Act by Minister of Education. The Minister of Education is the define the concept, define the industry concept of industry academic cooperation, that kind of situation, that kind of content, joint utilization and cooperative, establishment of department or VETs regarding VETs course, interested employment of VETs. Yeah, we can. What is the industry academic corporations? I defined 3 kind of content. Yeah, just I do not want to explain this kind of the concept. Everybody know that this kind of the content easy, yeah, not typical, not academic concept. Yeah, okay. This recently, our government, Korea, is the adopt the industry TVET partnerships such as such as business. Yeah. Okay. Except the A2. 2A, yes, A, B, C, D, E, F, yeah, okay. Establishment of operation of short-term industrial education facilities. Third one is the establishment and operation special course. Third one is establishment and operation VET course by agreement. This kind of the industry academic cooperation is the by agreement. Then means the school and the industry. And next year, school enterprise. School enterprise was originated by me. Yes, I was funded by Minister of Education. 15 years ago, I researched the school enterprise by project managers. This time is the adopt many university and two-year colleges and high school, school enterprise. Next, the work study is the dual system. Like somebody is say from German, somebody is from Switzerland, yes. But this system is the modified Korea. We use the Germany and Switzerland, yes. Finally, is the LIUC is that kind of the industry academic program is the universities case. Okay, this the detailed content I skipped. So please see the slide here. Okay, establishment and operation of the short-term industry education facilities. Each school and open the curriculums. Discuss with school and industries. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Next. This one is the looks like almost same the type of the industry academic corporations. Establishment and operation of special course. Industries adapt according to the industries, and then school adopt some kind of the program. This kind of this contents adopted by law. The government made a law. Yeah. Okay. This one is the VET course agreement. Okay, already is mentioned here. This one is a school enterprise. This time the Korea is operating the school enterprise 220. Okay, below the university 90, college is the, okay. Okay, college 83 is a specialized high school something. Yeah. Okay, thank you. This one is the skip, yeah. Work dual system, yeah. Okay, skip, yeah. This one skip. Oh, this one already the Malaysia is the delegate mentioned about the governance. Our government, our Korean government, many organizations co-work the TVET. Okay, they kind of the Minister of Education, Labor, Minister of Education, HLD Korea, Cleveland, our institutions, sector council, company, training center, so on. Yeah, okay. Okay, this one is a skip. Yeah. Okay, skip. Okay, now briefly the sustain SDGs explain. Yeah, okay. Maybe the many people know that SDG. Yeah, okay. The Korea is this time is the third plan of the SDGs. First plan is the 2006 through 2010. Second plan is the 2011 through 2015. Is okay. Okay, this one is skip. Yeah. This content explain about sustainable development ODA. Everybody know that ODA, yeah? Okay. Okay, this one is the ODA. Yeah, Korea is this time is the support the sustainable development. Established Global Green Growth Institution. This institution is located in Korea, Seoul, Songdo city. Okay. Okay, this one is the Skivia. This one, the Global Green Growth Institution is made such kind of the vision, mission, and some kind of the content. Okay, this way. Okay, this sorry. This one is the ODA. Korea is the many people know about the KOICA. Is the KOICA government grant budget that kind of the amount. Okay. Okay. Korea is the technical operation programs such as first of all is the advisor program, training and scholarships, and finally is the volunteers. Many people attend the Korea's training programs. Pakistanis, the lectures for Pakistanis. Okay, this one is the ODA advisor program in Korea. Is the okay, this one is Kibia. This training programs, maybe the many people attend this training program in Korea, especially the KOICA project. Okay. This one is the goal of the SDGs and project budget ODA in Korea. Okay. Okay, SDG is maybe this one is the key cooperation area, Pakistan, in Korea government. Okay. First of all is some Malakana tunnels, construction Malakana tunnel, construction of Sindhu, yeah.
Short of time.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, this. Okay. Okay, just just one thing. Okay. Yeah, this one last month. Yeah, maybe the Korea gave support to UNESCO program for girls' education in Pakistan. Okay, UNESCO, Islamabad, and Minister of Federal Education, Professional Training, and Government of Pakistan signed a plan of operation of Korea funded project support girl right. Maybe 3.4 million US dollar. Okay, maybe this year start and this program. Yeah, finally, is the conclude. Yes, I emphasize on the partnership is very important. It's very difficult, even though very difficult. We should make and cooperate partnerships. Yeah, finally, the TVET institution, government, and relevant authorities should increase the campaign and promotion for the awareness of the derivable benefit of the worker, integrate studying through solid partnership between TVET institution and industries. This one is the Skivia. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry that I cannot explain detailed content. Okay. This content released everybody's there. Okay, please, if you are interested in my presentations, copies my slide here. Okay, thank you.
Mr. Usman Nouri from Turkey will speak on TVET contribution in poverty alleviation. Since we are running a little behind the schedule, I'll request the speaker to be brief. Thank you.
I thank you all. And in the last, I'm requested to speak in brief manner, so it's not a problem for me.
Ülkemizde bir kalkınma politikası izliyor hükümetimiz. Yatırımda, turizmde, endüstride, sağlıkta birçok yatırımlar yapılıyor. Tabii gençlerimiz de burada istihdam edilecek şekilde nitelikli iş gücü olarak yetiştirmeye çalışıyoruz.
We have been witnessing a continuous growth in areas of tourism and other development areas, and the young population of the country can participate in these development goals.
Bu anlamda ülkemiz eğitimi 12 yıl zorunlu eğitim yapıyor. 4 yıl ilkokul, 4 yıl ortaokul, 4 yıl lise.
In this context, our government in Turkey has made compulsory education for 12 years. 4 years of primary education and 4 years of secondary and 4 years of higher education.
Ortaokuldan sonra çocuklarımız mesleki eğitime, orta öğretime veya imam hatip liselerine gidebiliyor.
After completion of secondary education, our children can choose either of the three schools of such as technical and vocational schools or religious schools or other scientific giving.
Üç okul türünde mesleki eğitim veriyoruz.
We are giving vocational and technical trainings in 3 types of different schools.
Mesleki ve teknik Anadolu liseleri
And
çok
these are mentioned on the screens, and you can see there are 3 different types of schools: vocational and technical Anatolian High School, multi-program Anatolian High School, and vocational education center.
çok programlı Anadolu Lisesi ve mesleki eğitim merkezleri olmak üzere bunların alt programlarıyla birlikte 3 okul türünde eğitim veriyoruz.
These 3 different schools provide different type of programs which were mentioned on the screens if you have.
Türkiye'de 1.671.686 öğrencimiz ortaokuldan sonra meslek liselerine yazılarak mesleki eğitim alıyorlar.
Number of students enrolled in vocational and vocational schools is 1,671,686.
131 bin civarında öğretmenimiz görev yapıyor.
And as you can see, it is written in English as well. The school and management staff consists of 131,618 teachers and management staff.
3583 okulumuz var.
3,583 schools and institutions are there.
Derslik başına 27 öğrenci.
Number of students per classroom is 27.
Öğretmen başına da 13 öğrenci düşmekte.
Number of students per teacher is 13.
54 alanda, 200 dalda öğrencilerimizi mesleğe hazırlıyoruz.
We have been training our students in 54 different fields in this regarding technical education.
Dünyadaki birçok ülkede mesleki eğitimle ilgili sorun olduğu gibi bizim ülkemizde de bazı sorunlar vardı. Biz özellikle mesleki eğitimi sektörün, yatırımcının arzuladığı şekilde şekillendirmek için bir dizi çalışmalar yaptık.
As it is with every other country, there are certain problems faced for this type of education. We have also identified these challenges through consultation meetings in various provinces in Turkey. Workshops have been arranged and reports have been made to define these problems and challenges.
Bu çalışmalar esnasında temel sorun olarak sektörden şunlar karşımıza çıktı. Nitelikli iş gücü,
Key challenges identified through these consultations are lack of qualified workforce, the school and other sectors cooperation, to be precise, lack of school and other sectors cooperation, and others key challenges are mentioned on the screen.
ve devamında okul sektör ilişkileri, çırak öğrenci sayısındaki azalma, meslek derslerine ayrılan sürenin azlığı, özel okullar içerisindeki devlet payının artırılması, sosyal sportif faaliyetlere öğrencilerimizin dahil olması, yüksek öğretime geçişteki sorunlar, sektörün bizzat mesleki eğitimde, yönetimde karar alma sürecinin güçlendirilmesi olarak sorunlar karşımıza çıktı.
Again, we have, after various reports, we found out there were key challenges regarding vocational training, and among them, transition to higher education without examination, and the effectiveness of the sector and school management and decision-making processes, lack of qualified workforce, lack of school and other sector cooperation were among major key challenges faced by us.
Bu tespitler doğrultusunda hükümetimiz 2016 Aralık ayında Türkiye mesleki eğitim modelinin oluşması için bir yasa çıkardı meclisimiz.
Our government, looking after these key challenges, on 12th of the December 2016, had made certain recommendations to develop these areas, to overcome these key challenges.
Şu anda ülkemizde biz kendi mesleki eğitim modelimizi uygulamaya başladık.
Now we have revised our policies, and here are some recent developments that have taken place through the vocational and technical education.
Bu özetleyeceğim konulara 3,5 milyon civarında ülkemizde yaşayan Suriyeli vatandaşların çocukları da bu sisteme dahil edilmiştir.
Now, I want to mention that 3.5 million of Syrian refugees and their children are also part of this policy and have been benefiting from these steps that we have taken.
Bu kanunla Suriye'den gelen çocuklarımıza da aynı şartlarda meslek öğretiyoruz. Onlara da uluslararası geçerli olan bir belge ve diplomalarını veriyoruz.
And we have been trying to maintain the level of education same for the Syrian children as well, and we have been rewarding them with internationally verified certificates.
2016 yılında çıkan, Aralık ayında çıkan yasayla çıraklık eğitimini zorunlu eğitim kapsamına aldık.
We have made apprenticeship education as compulsory education from 2016 December onwards.
Beceri eğitimi ve staja daha fazla önem verdik. Devlet desteği uygulamasına geçtik.
We have been providing state support work-based learning.
Öğrencilerimizi meslek lisesine yazıldığından itibaren iş kazaları ve meslek hastalıklarına karşı sigortalarını yapıyoruz.
And one more important thing is the insurance of students against work-related accidents.
Mezunlarına teknisyen unvanı veriyoruz.
We have been rewarding the graduates with the title of technicians.
Meslek yüksek okullarına geçişte ilave ek puan veriyoruz meslek lisesi mezunlarına.
To encourage students, we have been rewarding additional points for transition to vocational higher schools.
Ayrıca hem ülkemizdeki öğrenciler hem de başka ülkelerden ülkemize gelen öğrencilerin eksik öğrenimlerini tamamlayarak onlara da meslek lisesi diplomalarını veriyoruz.
And we have been also, the students who have been left out of the schools are also benefiting from this policy as they have been enrolled in vocational schools, either they are from Turkey or foreigners.
Artık Türkiye'de meslek liseleri sektörle ilişkilendirilmiştir. Meslek liseleri sektör temsilcilerinin de içerisinde olduğu bir yönetim kurulları ile yönetilmektedir.
Now, these vocational and technical schools have been put into mainstream, and they have been provided with sector in charge and other authoritative persons so that they can be put into mainstream.
Ayrıca uzmanlaşmış iş gücü yetiştirmek için tek alanda Endüstri 4.0'a uyumlu, dijital devrime uyumlu tematik meslek liselerini hayata geçirdik.
We have been also digitalizing our workforce, and more qualified personnel are being inducted into this developments for technical and vocational education.
Biliyorsunuz Osmanlı döneminde 3 kıtaya kültürümüzü yaymış bir milletin torunlarıyız. Bu anlamda oradan gelen ahilik ve ahilik modelimizi şu anda da programlarımıza yerleştirerek öğrencilerimize meslek ahlakını öğretmeye başladık.
As you know, we are the descendants of the Ottomans who ruled 3 continents. So therefore, it is upon us to lead in this field as well. And we have been trying to do the same which our forefathers have been doing with different cultural ethnicities and etc.
Sektörle işbirliği yaparak 3600 okulumuzdaki alan ve dalları onların arzuladığı şekilde yeniden revize ettik.
Each school has been giving performance achievement through systematically evaluating and monitoring the schools.
Sektörle
Orada mısınız abi?
Hayır, ben çok oldu. Bak, buradan geçiyor mu, oradan mı geçmiyor?
Oradan geçmiyor. Geçiyor.
Sektörle okullarımızda eşleştirerek, protokoller yaparak öğretmen eğitimlerini sektörün içerisinde almalarını sağladık.
We have tried to cooperate with different sectors, and we have tried to sign agreements and understanding among different public and private sectors.
81 ilimiz var Türkiye'de. Mesleki eğitimde üniversiteden destek alıyoruz. Her üniversite mesleki eğitimle ilgili okullarımıza destek veriyor.
There are 81 different provinces in Turkey, and we have signed agreements with every university from these 81 provinces so that they can provide some type of help for this vocational and technical education.
Dijital becerilerle ilgili programlarımızı güncelledik.
We have revised and worked on digital skills as well.
6. sınıftan itibaren dijital beceriler dersi vermeye başladık çocuklarımıza.
We have been providing with digital education from class 6 onwards.
Uluslararası ülkemizde dijital becerilerle ilgili bir yarışma yapıyoruz.
We have been arranging different type of international competitions to encourage students.
İnşallah 9 Mayıs'ta Sivas ilimizde bu yarışmayı gerçekleştireceğiz.
Inshallah, on 9th of this month, we will be arranging same type of a competition in Sivas province of Turkey.
Tüm okullarımızın donatımlarını envanter oluşturduk ve kayıt altına aldık. Eksik olanları yeniliyoruz. Sistem dışına çıkanları sistemin dışına çıkararak yenilerini gönderiyoruz. Yani okullarımızın atölyelerini revize ediyoruz.
We have been refurbishing our old workshops in the schools, and we have been opening and closing vocational fields and programs in line with the demands of the sector.
Meslek lisesi öğrencilerimiz evlere giderek, ihtiyacı olan evlere giderek onların evlerinin onarımından tutun kişisel bakımlarına kadar bir takım destekler veriyorlar ve biz bunu stajdan sayıyoruz.
Our students are encouraged to visit different houses and different apartments for their practical works, and we count them as academic work as well.
Tüm bu çalışmaları, yani kalite güvencesi açısından tüm bu çalışmaları 7 tema 70 göstergede müfettiş ekiplerimiz giderek okulda denetimler yapıyor.
We have been in this contest a total of 41,000 students in 71 private vocational and technical education schools are being supported. With private vocational high schools are supported with state support in these 27 vocational fields.
Burada puanlama sonucunda verdiğimiz okul karnesi doğrultusunda okullarımızın eksikliklerini tekrar masaya yatırarak revize ediyoruz. En başarılı okul, alttaki en başarısız okulu başarının yanına getiriyoruz çalışmalarla.
We have been reorganizing and revising the schools. Like if a school is on the lowest of the ranks, we are trying to put it with the school that is on the high rank, so that they can get benefited from each other.
Sonlandırmaya çalışacağım. Biliyorum sabrınız taştı. Sonlandırmaya çalışacağım. Sabırları taştı.
I'm trying to finish off. There's no time left.
Ülkemizde yeni bir model uyguluyoruz. Kısaca da ondan bahsetmek istiyorum.
I want to briefly talk about the modernization of this
Bizde sektör kendi nitelikli iş gücünü kendisi yetiştiriyor organize sanayilerde.
Our sector is independent. Our education and vocational training sector is independent in this regard.
Organize sanayi yönetimleri ve sektör kendi okulunu kendisi yapıyor.
And there are also privately owned industrial zones who provide technical and educational support.
Biz onlara öğrenci başına $1050 ile $1730 arasında devlet desteği veriyoruz her yıl.
And state has been supporting these private institutions with $1,050 per student. It ranges also to $1,730 for different type of students.
Bu öğrencilerimiz teorik eğitimin yanı sıra sürekli o sektörde pratik eğitim alıyor.
Along with theoretical education, these students are trained practically simultaneously with theoretical education.
Şu anda 71 okulumuz, 41.129 öğrencimiz var bu anlamda.
In this context, 71 private vocational and technical educations are there, which have total amount of 41,129 students.
Gerekli yasaları çıkardık. 300 özel meslek lisesi daha sisteme dahil edeceğiz.
And we will try to inshallah in the 300 more vocational and technical institutions in our system.
Buraları kısa geçmek istiyorum. Detaylarına girmek istemiyorum.
I don't want to go into the details of these.
Bizde çıraklık eğitim sisteminde öğrencilerimiz haftada 1 veya 2 gün okula geliyor. Diğer günler bir usta yanında eğitim alıyorlar.
In apprenticeship, our students go to two days a week and skill trainings in the enterprises 3 days a week.
Onların sigortalarını yapıyoruz. Ayda $100 maaş ödüyoruz.
We have been rewarding them with a stipend of 100 Turkish liras per month.
Devletin yurtlarında kalıyorlar
They have been staying at the state-supported hostels.
ve
dormitories.
işbaşı eğitimiyle de meslek öğreniyorlar.
And we have been rewarding them with jobs afterwards.
Şu anda 140 bin civarında bu şekilde iş başında meslek öğrenen öğrencimiz var.
There are almost 140,000 such students who are now working in different fields.
Meslek lisesinde okuyan öğrencilerimiz de son sınıfta haftada 3 gün işletmeye gidiyor. Anadolu Teknik Bölümünde okuyanlar da 40 gün staja gidiyor. Anadolu Teknik Bölümünden mühendis yetiştirmenin tabanını oluşturuyoruz. Anadolu Meslek'ten de büyük sektörü iş gücü yetiştiriyoruz.
As I have mentioned earlier, there were 3 types of different schools. The students from Anatolian Technical Program go for 40 days internship program, and other students work for 5 days, 3 of them in the practical field and 2 for the theoretical subjects.
Meslek lisesini bitiren öğrencilerimize diploma, uluslararası geçerli olan Europass belgesi ve iş yeri açma belgesi veriyoruz.
We have been awarding our graduates with internationally verified certificates and license for working.
Kendi iş yerini açan, mezun olan öğrencimize 50 bin lira yani 10 bin euro hibe kredi veriyoruz.
If a person or if a student wants to start his own business, we are ready to provide them with 50,000 Turkish liras of loan.
Evet, dinlediğiniz için çok teşekkür ediyor. Hepinize saygılar sunuyorum.
I want to thank you all for listening to me and thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Usman Nouri. I will now request Mr. Hans Ludwig Bruns, the head of TVET Sector Support Program, to wrap up this session with his comments.
Yeah, my name is Hans Bruns. I'm the head of the program at the GIZ TVET Sector Support Program here in Pakistan. So we just learned some lessons from selected frontrunners in Asia, like China, Malaysia, Turkey and South Korea, just to name a couple of them. And I also, actually we realized that we are using a global language in all over the world for TVET. The main objective we learned of TVET delivery is to meet the demand of the private sector, to not only create income or employment, but also to boost the economy worldwide. However, this is easier said than done, is my assumption, because TVET actors need to improve the relevance, the quality, and access and equity of TVET delivery. And it also has to be inclusive. We should not exclude women and other vulnerable groups. But how can this be achieved? I understand, and I learned this from the presentations, that this is only possible hand in hand in a partnership between the private sector and the public sector. You need the public sector for training delivery, for example. Yeah, but you need it to develop curricula and so on and so forth, and to make training at least really relevant. Then you may say, some of you, well, but jobs are only being created in the private sector. Well, but then I ask the question, who sets the standards, like labor rights, labor standards, environmental standards, certification, accreditation, and so on, and of course the whole legal framework which is behind it. So if you want to transform from a supply to a demand-driven system, you have to partner up between the public and the private sector. And as a conclusion, and then I will finish, you should learn from each other, from others' experience. We do this, of course, worldwide, not only in sectoral so-called working groups all over Asia, but also in Africa, South America, and Europe. And I think there's no right or wrong way. There's only a different way. And this is always according to the frame condition of each and every country. Thank you very much.